California, land of the crazy, consumed celebrity chaos, had its recall election of Governor Gavin Newsom. And yes, as predicted, the recall election, being Donald Trump's fault, fueled Newsom to the victory of not being recalled. Let's break it down. As Phil Collins once said, it's just another day in paradise, which means it's another day to blame Donald Trump for all of your woes. Because as we know, according to the left, Trump has not done one good thing for this country. Not one. But Gavin Newsom has, so that's why he was supposed to remain governor of California. I mean, we can't have that white supremacist Larry Elder become governor. And Joe agrees.
The leading Republican running for governor is the closest thing to a Trump clone that I've ever seen in your state. No, I really mean it. And he's leading the other team. He's the clone of Donald Trump. Can you imagine him being governor of this state? You can't let that happen.
Every time he does this, it gets creepier. No need for Biden to be president of the United States and actually lead the country. Instead, just continue Biden your time while avoiding all responsibility for the Americans still stuck in Afghanistan. Put out the mask mandates, even for the vaccinated, and oh no, the earth is on fire. Or it's freezing. Whichever happens with the political expediency. Which brings us to today's question. What's the craziest thing you know happening in the state of California? Because there's always something happening, and it's always crazy. Let me know in the comments, and please make sure to share this video to let all of the country know what is happening in Californication. And the crazy from California brings us to... Where in the world is Kamalama Lama Ding Dong? Of course she was out there campaigning for Newsom. She only had to quit the presidential race before her own state of California voted because she did her job as senator so well that Californians were not willing to vote for her. That's why she's vice president of the United States right now. Oh, and she is black. But hey, she's qualified.
Bay Area. Good to be home. So I landed about just a short time ago, and I'm here for one purpose. I came home for one purpose. I always want to come home, but it was really important to me to come home today, to stand and speak in support of my dear friend, my long-standing friend, a great California leader, a great American leader, Governor Gavin Newsom.
Here's what you're probably thinking right now.
Californians are hurting, and they couldn't care less what Kamala Harris says. They couldn't care less what Joe Biden says.
Thank you, Larry Elder. We'll get to you in a moment. Meanwhile, Biden was out campaigning in California and hitting the golf course in Delaware, and that's to be praised, because it's not Donald Trump doing it. Then it would be evil. So, Joe, what is supposed to happen again?
Vote no on the recall election today to keep California moving forward.
It was one sentence, and you can tell he needed to read it. I actually take more issue with his use of forward, the motto of my home state. Look it up if you will. And what does that even mean to him? Forward off the cliff and into the abyss? The abyss. It's Gavin Newsom or the abyss. And what does that mean?
Amazing. We're living in a moment in time where we're debating democracy. We're actually literally debating democracy in this country. The big lie, the insurrection on January 6th, all the voter suppression bills you're seeing in red states all across this country, and the whole idea that a constitutional right, the right to choice, the right to reproductive freedom, the rights of women now are under assault. What a remarkable moment it is in American history.
Did you also notice the positioning of that bear to Gavin Newsom's head? Go back and watch it. But the real question, does anyone see the hypocrisy and posturing of all this? Of course you do. You're not as blind to it as, say, the Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is all the talk of the town at the Met Gala in her Tax the Rich dress to an event that cost but $30-some thousand to attend. Just $30,000 to be amongst the other hoity-toity and make their statements. And she's right. The medium is the message. one that is written in what does look like blood.
And we asked, what does it mean to be two working class women showing up to the Met? And so we decided that we're going to do it. Here's also the message. Tax the rich.
And so the motto holds. Rules for thee, but not for me. I would have gladly painted that on one of the dresses to help class up the joint, and it would go along nicely with some sleaze and wine, Gavin Newsom style.
Fox 11 in Los Angeles obtained these photos of the governor and his wife at a party in what the restaurant calls an outdoor section. It has walls on 3 sides, and the 4th side is open. Nobody's faces were covered.
In California, you were not and continue to not be allowed to enjoy anything or keep your small business open. Only Gavin Newsom and his cronies get such luxuries. And they'll let you know how altruistic they are, which circles back to AOC at the Met Gala. Just so you know, she had an all BIPOC, women, LGBT plus team for makeup, hair, and dress. So no rich white guys like Gavin Newsom. But he's cool, too, because he's all about what AOC and all the other attendees at the Met Gala want. Okie dokie. Moving on to Larry Elder, who is the white supremacist. Don't believe me? The Los Angeles Times said it, which means he most definitely is a white supremacist, and you've been warned. Yes, over and over, the LA Times came in like a wrecking ball and all but showing themselves kissing the back end of Gavin Newsom. Several times over, they proved why their publication isn't worth the paper it's printed on. A column by Frank Shyong that was titled Larry Elder and the Danger of the Model Minority claims that Larry Elder has made a career of saying the things white people love to hear about black people, and that his beliefs about race just happen to comfort the most racist, far-right wings of the Republican Party. He does not believe systemic racism exists, says that Black Lives Matter caused rising crime rates, and that all people of color in America need to combat racism is a pair of bootstraps by which to pull themselves up. Oh, it's the bootstraps again.
You know, this idea and this metaphor of a bootstrap started off as a joke because it's a physical impossibility to lift yourself up by a bootstrap, by your shoelaces. It's physically impossible. The whole thing is a joke.
A person in a gorilla mask is a joke, but in California, it's just an excuse for a white lady to throw eggs at Larry Elder and not be considered a racist. The media will cover for you because they find it to be excellent. Insert the LA Times, again, where you may have read the headline, LAPD is investigating altercation involving Larry Elder at Venice homeless encampment. Wow, you think to yourself, that could be serious. And then you look at this photo. Now, what conclusion do you draw? Of course, the LA Times chose a photo that makes it look like Elder is the aggressor, because it's all about equality in California, and being a Democrat-controlled state for decades, it's the most equal of them all, right?
Inequality is worse in this state, in your state, than anywhere else in the United States of America. Do you blame people for wanting a change in leadership?
Well, I just got here 2.5 years ago.
But Democrats have been in power here for over 10 years.
Yeah, and for over 2 decades, we've led the nation in terms of some of those challenges.
Whoa, hey now. He's been there for 2.5 years. Don't blame him. Just keep him there to do the same line of BS that's been happening for decades. And they did. Newsom will remain governor of California. And this is how Newsom responded on his retention of his job.
No is not the only thing that was expressed tonight. I want to focus on what we said yes to as a state. We said yes to science. We said yes to vaccines. We said yes to ending this pandemic. We said yes to people's right to vote without fear of fake fraud or voter suppression. We said yes to women's fundamental constitutional right to decide for herself what she does with her body, her fate and future.
Yes. I like how Andrew Klavan put it. The Democrats' argument in California is the black guy is a white guy, and the conservative talk show host said conservative talk show things. Therefore, you should continue to live with the high crime, homeless encampments, blackouts, and lousy schools our policies create. Accurate. California remains California with all of its dictatorial ways and hypocritical actions. To those who are still living there, don't. Until next time, stay healthy, America. Hey team, most of you know our shows have been censored by Facebook and YouTube for years, which makes it very hard to keep up with the cost of production.
But thanks to our Patriot Club members, we have not only been able to keep things going, but to add more programming. We're doing 18 new shows a week. 18.
In fact, we've got big plans in motion for our viewers, especially our Patriot Club members.
So please consider supporting our freedom-loving media by joining the Patriot Club this year. For a $99 tax-deductible donation, we will send you our 20-ounce stainless steel navy blue tumbler etched with the words American Patriot, standing atop the shoulders of a rather fit-looking George Washington.
And for $129 gift, we'll also include a 15-ounce stainless steel mug as a token of our appreciation. All you have to do is visit patriotclub.us and become a Patriot Club member today.
That's patriotclub.us. Thank you, and God bless.